Hey guys, Chaps here, and let's talk quick penalties. Since the launch of the game, there's been a lot of people making threads on forums, Reddit, Twitter, asking for quick penalties in Horde. The whole time, TC's response has been simple. No, we're not going to be implementing quick penalties in Horde. So for those who still aren't sure about this, let's ask ourselves 3 basic questions. 1, are there an excess of quitters in Horde? Yes, absolutely, there's a ton of quitters. The second thing is, would quit penalties help reduce the number of quitters? Once again, yeah, it definitely would. I don't think it's to the extent that some people believe it would be, but it definitely would help. And third, which I think is probably the most important question, is a quit penalty needed? And my answer to that is no. I think that while it definitely would help, I feel it's also going to hurt us, and there's a bunch of other things that we could do to help deter quitters. I'll get into some of those ways in a minute, but first let's address the question that many people are probably asking, and that's, wouldn't it be better to implement these changes that I'm proposing and quit penalties, so then we can have even less quitters? So once again, my issue with quit penalties in Horde is exactly the same thing as what TC's been saying from the beginning. Horde is a casual and fun experience. It can take up to 4 hours for a run. I mean, hopefully it doesn't take you that long, but some people might take 4 hours, and that's a large time commitment. Some people are just looking to play a few waves and have fun with strangers. Now, some would argue, okay, that's fair, but what about people who quit on wave 1? That's one of the really big issues, is people who quit right away. Well, my counter would be this. If I'm playing as a scout and all 4 other people decide to be snipers, that's not going to be a very efficient setup. That's really not going to be fun. It's not going to be functional at all. So there's no reason that I should be forced to play through that match. I will just want to quit. Those are a few examples of why I don't believe that there should be quit penalties in Horde, but now let's take a look at some of the ideas that I have on how we could address the quitting issue. So let's start with map voting. Some people really just don't want to play certain maps. I mean, this probably wouldn't deter too many of the quitters, but it would definitely help if they were able to pick which map they're playing on. Map voting's been requested since launch, and really it's kind of amazing that it still hasn't been implemented in matchmaking Horde. So up next is TC did a nice job of implementing the incentives for boss waves on waves 30, 40, and 50 in this. They did it in this June update. So I'm not really sure how this is going to play out. We'll give it some time and see. But my initial impressions are they're probably going to have to up this. It's going to have to be like 2 cards or increased rarity on the cards or something. To me, it doesn't seem like it's a high enough incentive to make people stick through if they feel like quitting. Alright, so those are 2 things that might deter a few quitters here and there. It's really nothing great. But these next 2 ideas I think are something that would really help out a lot. First up is the ability to quit during the countdown while you're in the lobby. If you don't like the classes or the people that you're matched with, it would be excellent to have the ability to back out. Currently, you'll have to wait for the match to begin, and then quit, leaving them with 4 people and probably starting to lead to chain quitting. If you can back out in the lobby, sure, it might take a few more seconds to find someone, but at least when the match starts, they're going to have 5 people, and the 5 people are probably going to be willing to stay in there. Now my last idea is splitting of playlist. Add a 1 to 20 playlist and a 1 to 50 playlist. This has been highly requested by the fans since launch, and I completely agree with people. One of the largest reasons for quitters that we've seen is people finishing their 1 to 20 bounty and then quitting out. Having a playlist split like this will have the 1 to 20 people with a common goal play together, and their match ends at wave 20. And then the rest of the people are going to be in there for the 1 to 50, and it's going to make for many more completed matches and a lot less quitting. I guess one additional idea that I'll throw in there is the join in progress argument. I do think this would help if it was implemented properly, but honestly, to implement it properly, it just seems like it's going to be a ton of work, and I don't see it as something that they're going to be able to do for Gears 4. So yeah, that's it. Those are my ideas. Give us map voting, include incentives for staying longer, or if the incentives that they're including now don't work, maybe increase them a little bit. Allow people to quit while they're in the lobby, and make a 1 to 20 playlist. I really don't think quit penalties should be in Horde, and I'm glad that TC is standing by that so far. I strongly believe that this any combination of these 4 things that I said before will definitely help. I really think they should be considered. And the last thing to bring up is, well, just play private Horde. I mean, use the look for group feature on Xbox Live or forums, Reddit, where have you. Find a group of friends, or hey, even use matchmaking and use that to find some people that you wouldn't mind playing with, and then go play private with them. Private Horde is by far the way to go if you're going to play Horde. Public still needs help to address quitters, and hopefully if you're looking for a full run, you can find a squad somewhere. But if you're looking to play a serious Horde one, go play privates. So this topic of quit penalties is quite a controversial one, so let me know in the comments down below on Twitter or wherever, what are your thoughts? Do you think quit penalties are needed? Do you see any other ways to reduce the quit penalties? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later.